Hello there, Tarnished. Today I'm going to be talking about this build I just discovered and a quick run over on where to find what you'll need for it. So the build revolves around the twin knight swords, which is a fairly late game weapon, but it's just a direct upgrade on the twin blades basically. I've used the bloody slash ashes of war to get the bleed infusion, because what you're going for with this build is just the sheer amount of attacks you're getting out in the time you'll infuse the bleed really quickly. So that's the weapon. That is located up on this part, the north part of the map, which is late game. But when you reach this windmill, East Windmill pasture, there's a group of enemies guarding a corpse, and on it you'll get an armor set and the weapon itself. For the actual Ashes of War, the easiest way of getting the blood Ashes of War, so the bloody slash, is your earliest blood Ashes of War is up here in Fort Hate. There's a mini boss you'll have to defeat, but once you've got the weapon in the first place, it's gonna be nuts. You can use this build on the twin blades, I imagine. This is just a better version of that. Now, as far as talismans, this build revolves around the winged blade insignia, I think it's called, the winged sword insignia. If you're fighting big groups of enemies, you might get a bunch of attacks off on one enemy, and then you turn around and hit the other enemy. It's going to do a big chunk of damage just based off how many attacks you've got off in a row. So that's really worth it on these. And then these two just pair really well together. I've got 3 talisman pouch slots, but if you're just focusing on this build, it's worth using your 2 for that. So, where to get the twin blade talisman? It's down here in, I think this area is called Lernia, in Castle Morn. If you work your way through the level, and then work through this part of the ramparts towards the mini boss, you'll find it somewhere here. Can't quite remember where. And that is just about it. So I will look for some enemies and do a demonstration. Okay, so just to show how good this is, I'm gonna test this in a late game area. My dodging is not so good. You can see how insane that bleed is. And then if we get some hits off on the other enemies, yep. These should be pretty nutty damage. You can see those the little burst damage from where the winged sword insignia stacks it up. It's pretty lethal, which is why I wanted to make a video on it. So if you're finding whatever build you're using at the moment is a bit stale, this is definitely worth a try. Anyway, that's just about it. Thanks for watching.